Hello, Naginio 101. Okay, tonight I will be going back on to my SAO thing. I'm just going out today with some friends, but I was watching one of Rebecca's videos, and I decided to do a very funny short story that I have talked about a couple times on my videos regarding a certain grade level principal from my high school. I've gone to 3 high schools in my life. Two were in Littleton, Colorado, and the other one was in Austin. Very different mentalities altogether. Most of the time, the only problem I ever had was with certain administrators who are complete idiots. Yeah, getting my locker searched, being mistaken for my sister was actually pretty damn funny, but again, back in high school, it wasn't very funny. So, let's go back to my senior year of high school. I was transferred to a school in Austin, which had the grade level principal of an idiot. Of course, this woman also was very stereotypical. She believed anyone who was in special ed did not go to college, and yeah, you get the picture. This woman was pretty dumb. Also, she parked in the handicapped parking zone because she could. She wasn't handicapped, by the way, and trust me, I'll get to the revenge on that one later. It was actually pretty damn funny. So, I usually called her the bitch. My mother, to this day, did not know I called her that behind this woman's back. Again, I didn't want to get suspended or pulled into the principal's office for any reason. I just avoided this woman like the plague. What she didn't realize is I was a goth, okay? I dressed in black. I hung out with theater kids. I hung out with a bunch of people. And I was not your normal average teenager. Not by a long shot. My favorite books were like Interview with the Vampire and other gothy type books, which was not okay by this woman's standard. But it was also the fact that my literature teacher didn't give a crap about what I read as long as I did my homework and I didn't get into trouble. Same with my art teacher, who defended me to all hell and back, claiming anime was not pornography. Thank you. Well, this was actually pretty funny of an incident with this woman. She almost confiscated my tarot cards until my mother stepped in and told her, touch those cards, you're gonna go to jail. Yeah, I love my mom. She could be a pain in the ass, but again, that's my mother. She also knew that I was a practicing Wiccan, and it really didn't matter what the hell I was doing, as long as I wasn't killing anybody. Literally, that was what my mom used to say. As long as she's not killing anybody, I'm sure she's perfectly fine. Yeah, tell that to the fact that I was also a victim of the Red Room scare, which was actually pretty damn funny because I didn't buy it for a second. I thought it was a load of shit. I thought it was a load of horse shit. Personally, that was just me. I was a teenager. I was just not interested in a lot of this stuff. And I ended up befriending the color guard coach, who tried to convince me to join color guard on more than one occasion. He found out I was into Interview with the Vampire and all that, and his boyfriend, who was also into it, yes, this guy was gay. There was no way around it. We all knew it, and we all dreaded the fact that if our high school found out about it, he would be fired. Again, this was the mentality of the 1990s. So all of us high school kids who knew he was gay just kept it to ourselves. Thank goodness, because the guy was probably the most entertaining person at my school that I could say I had the pleasure of knowing. Yeah. Well, when I first met this guy, and this is when the principal was being a bitch, he had just shown me a picture from Halloween of the downtown Halloween party. And he was dressed as Louis, and his boyfriend was dressed like Lestat, you know. Interview with a Vampire type of thing. And I said, wow. And they had a girl with them who was dressed like Claudia. A very tall Claudia, but nonetheless, that was really cool. The picture was awesome. But, again, we had to hide it from the principal. The grade level principal would have found a way to get this guy fired regardless, because she always had it out for anybody who didn't follow the status quo. Hi, I didn't follow the status quo. Look where it got me. I almost got suspended for wearing black, even though I was part of tech theater. The tech theater students had to actually come to my defense on that one. I was not allowed to wear my Sailor Moon t-shirt, which she called gang wear. Yeah, I'm part of a gang, whatever. I'm not even sure what she was talking about. Tarot cards were evil. They were not allowed on campus. That was a rule she made up. That didn't even mention anything in the student handbook. In fact, I actually quoted the student handbook on many occasions on this woman. What was the other one that was actually pretty funny? You were not allowed to dress up for Halloween, yet she allowed some of the most popular girls to wear cat ears and tails to school. Yeah. The school costume ball, which was held to help host the theater class, which all the money and proceeds went to, not to mention a charity where we brought in canned food to get a discounted ticket. She wanted shut down. She wanted nothing to do with. I showed up. Even alumni were allowed to come back. I came back with my sister, who was in theater, and I was still donning my Luna costume from Sailor Moon. The funny thing is, the woman couldn't do anything to me after that, after I graduated. That was even funnier for me. Let me see. I worked at the Kmart that was right near our school, and of course this principal had to park in the handicap parking lot and the parking zone. She had no placard, nothing. She just believed that because she was the grade level principal and that she had some sort of authority over some of the students that worked at the Kmart. That didn't last long. Me and this one kid who also played the flute decided we kind of had enough. And the sad part was he was a sophomore. But he couldn't get a job at the Kmart, even though I worked there and I would have vouched for him anyway. I walked up, told my boss to please have the car towed because it would inhibit handicapped people from using our... You know where this is going. Well, that was my revenge. Short, quick, and sweet. That was my end of the whole thing. Or so you thought. Truthfully, the woman tried to get me fired twice, and my boss just looked at her like she was completely crazy. Yeah, she'd be cray-cray, all right. As one of my favorite YouTubers. Yeah. But my senior year, she said something that actually pissed my mom off. You never say this in front of my mother, ever. When I say this, this is going to be fun. She told my mom that mental institutions are the only places that special ed kids should go. I had modified a lot of stuff. My mother, at that time, before she went a little weird on me, looked at this woman, demanded that I get the extended time on the SATs, which I was guaranteed. By the way, ACTs, you don't have to get the extended time. I took both tests, and the ACTs are way better than the SATs at times. These ACTs don't necessarily reflect anything that you have learned. It actually teaches you, it actually tests you on what you know, not what possibly you could know, which is the SATs. I did really well on both, but I liked the SATs better, the ACTs better because of the whole, difference. That, and I almost got accepted to the University of Northern Colorado. thank God I didn't get in, because that would have cost a lot of money. Money that I didn't have. But my mom wanted me to go to University of Northern Colorado because it would have just been my easy way out of getting away from this school and this principal. But as anyone has ever said, and Rebecca had mentioned it in her video with her psychotic theater teacher, my grade level principal may as well have been a psycho. Because after I had left high school, and this is probably within about 3 months of me getting, this woman was the grade level principal for my sister, because the woman that was the grade level principal for my sister's class quit. Shortly thereafter, the principal of the school, which is the person that rarely ever came out of her freaking office for whatever goddamn reason, finally came out of the office and screamed at the woman and got her fired. I don't know if that was even true, because it took place 2 years after my sister and I left. Because I don't know if that was true or not. All I know is I heard it from one of my friends at my high school. And thank you, Victor, for ever coming forward and telling me I was not crazy, because my my grade level principal was a fucking nut. Anyone who ever goes through high school and has a grade level principal or any teacher who is completely off the rocker, you guys are not alone anywhere in the world, anywhere in school, no matter what generation you are. You're always going to end up with the psycho teacher from hell. It's kind of a given. Not all teachers are bad, not all teachers are good. The good teachers are generally the ones that go, oh, okay, you're not a total psycho. Thank you for coming to my class. My teachers that I had from all the way from my 9th grade year to my senior year were a mixed bag of, I don't know, that person may be crazy, the music teacher is cool, where the hell did you go, and that happened. But in all the cases, if you ever get the teacher that is a complete and utter psycho, don't be afraid to go to your principal or your grade level thing and drop the class, because sometimes you could be rescheduled to a different class or put into a separate teacher who probably will not try to bite your head off. I actually had to do that in college. That is another story for another time. But if I ever tell you the story about my anthropology teacher from hell, I could probably give you a bunch of really good reasons to steer clear of that teacher, and I do not intend to give her name out. So, yeah. Because apparently she got fired too, so it really doesn't matter. So, I will tell you this. It happens. No matter where you go, you get the crazy-ass principal or the weird teacher from hell. Alright?